nation. Fiji wins against France. Canada, Australia yesterday and today. They ran out the Kenyans 19-5. That's a look at their side, led by Joshua Bakurnabili. Lots of new faces and names to remember for the future. Meanwhile, the Eagles tied Argentina. They beat Kenya, suffered a shock loss to Spain on day one. They bounced back superbly with a massive performance in the quarterfinals, beating Great Britain 35-17. That's a look at your USA side. On the call with me is Rob Vickerman, former England Sevens captain. As we take a look at our referee, Jeremy Rosier has the whistle for this one.
Yeah, back on the Sevens series, Rosier will be needed to be on the money for this game. This is going to be an intriguing contest. We know little about Fiji other than they're going to be pretty exciting to watch. Some real star quality, unproven perhaps, but still with that X factor. The USA, other side of the scale, very experienced, but they have got to try and execute their plan.
Captain.
Cup semi-final, number 2.
Yeah, I can hear you, thanks.
Bola Vanaka to our Fijian fans watching, and hello to those Americans tuning in and everybody else around the globe. The winner will face the Blitzboks of South Africa as Fiji receive the restart. They've won 5 of their 6 Cup semi-finals against the USA. But in Dubai, back in 2016 was the last time they played for the gold medal match. Fiji switched back in field. Ball in one hand as they go to the halfway line, looking for a little switch. Tago's on the outside. Oh, brilliant bit of skill from Josefa Thalatholo, but goes into touch.
Thalatholo, we normally say holding it in one hand. It was almost like one finger.
Thanks.
The guy's about 6'6". He's a giant.
On me here.
Carrying the ball
no,
with such ease. Unfortunately, finds the sideline a little bit too close, but what a prospect he is.
Just second to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world here, as USA have possession through Falau Niua. And now Kayvon Williams, who scored a double in the quarterfinals. Steve Thomasine with Schrader, flat ball to Logan Tago on debut. Big frame, and one of the new forwards for the US Eagles is Martin Yosefo, one of the old faces. Has a crack. Yosefo beats a couple. A flick ball out to Kayvon Williams. Colin Isles is lurking on that far side. Forward pass.
Oh, he knew as soon as he threw that. You want to give this guy a chance. Here in Dubai, the birthplace of Colin Isles' rugby career. And Sefo just carrying hard. Brave effort to stoop along the feet from Sardanga. And then the speculator out the back door, not able to be found. I understand why USA try and stuff like that. You have to against Fiji, but you're playing with fire, because once they've got the ball, it can be very hard to get it back.
Fiji with Wasia Nathungu. 35th event for him, leading these youngsters. Bounces on the ground, still available on that far side. Saturanga attacks them, leaves it behind, so USA can pinch this one with Williams. And Niua finds the big moppy hair of Joe Schrader, and now Logan Tago. Tago hit hard there by Matana. Still inside the field of play. It's picked up. Fiji will bounce on this one. And the Flying Fijians will get try number 2. First try. Here it comes down. It's Fiji that come in. They're so quick, I thought they had to.
Well, it was Tago carrying it on the right-hand side. It's a big presence, but going against him is 85 kilograms of Fijian beef. Wonderful grappling ball, managed to kept inside. It may well have been better just dying with it out in the touchline. Speculative on the inside, as we've seen a couple of times. Clearly, USA trying to keep that ball alive. Just watch out when Temba is hovering around.
Top try scorer for Fiji so far, Ioane Temba, has his 5th try and is converted. 7-0 Fiji lead.
Really like the look of Tago. He is a physical presence. He'll take the ball to Fiji. It's just trying to keep hold of that ball. USA twice now giving it away in the first 3 minutes.
Tago has this one. Tackled low there from Temba. Thomasine. He goes wide to Yosefo. A little bit of space for Martin Yosefo. cuts back in, does the flying Hawaiian. Still with Kayvon Williams. Schrader down the chain, Colin Isles. Second from the end. Logan Targo takes on Temba. Good ball carry from Mike Friday's team. Still, they're just hovering around the 22 of the US Eagles, down by 7. Yosefo. Wide ball to Thomasine yet again. The Eagles recycle. Isles, will he have a crack? Colin Isles gets a good shoulder tackle on him. Again, it's that man, Yawani Temba, that's making such a statement in this game so far. Fiji tap and go. They're going to catch everybody unawares. Ball in one hand, the flick back on the inside's fantastic. Talathola threw it in brilliantly.
Okay for you?
And it's Fiji that score yet another. Felipe Sauturanga has try number 2.
But it's the defensive hits coming in that are making the statement from Fiji. Normally always talk about their attack. And Talathola is running around like the BFG. Just offloading for fun. He celebrates just as much from that. Gets it round, goes through, keeps that ball alive. These support lines, it's not difficult when you've got such a threat ball in hand. But Talathola, he's the main man at the moment. And Santaranga, he benefits from being near him.
I think that nickname's going to stick, Rob Beckerman, the BFG. Although he's quite frightening, I'll say, what, 14-0, Fiji.
Yeah, we'll change friendly to frightening. That's fair enough. He's all smiles off the pitch, but he can end your dreams on it.
Well, Sauturanga, one of the players on debut this weekend, 27 years of age, scored 2 against France, 1 against Kenya, now against the United States. Kick doesn't go 10, so it gives the US Eagles a chance here before the break.
Scrum.
And they need it.
Scrum.
The players looking a little bit forlorn at this stage. It's mentioned about the experience. It also means they have to work that little bit harder to get over these games. The kilometres that they're accruing, the collisions that they're getting, not as fresh as the perhaps once were, still quality players. But this is a Fijian team who have got nothing to lose and everything to prove.
There's Mike Friday there. What can he do in this game to keep the legs fresh and the minds working? They did so well against Great Britain earlier today. Falau Nua in his 70th tournament, the most capped Eagle of all time. Great bit of work there from Kayvon Williams. That's Colin Isles. The electric Isles cuts in. That's what he'll do to you. He's got them in knots, as Colin Isles, pulling all the strings. Oh, and he flexes as well. Oh, there's another BFG.
Colin Isles with the showdown. He's pumped, he's ready for it, and that's how he needs to be, Colin Isles. He plays his best when he's got that attitude, he's got that confidence flying. Out and out wheels, turns the Dunga inside and out, and then that is the pickup that you need. Look how fast his legs are going. This is a guy that sprints pretty much every day of his life. Cuts the turf, slices round, gives it the pump.
Take some of that. Kick from in front from Steve Thomasine. There it is, 14 points to 7. Perry Bacon, Colin Isles, they've combined to score 23 tries against Fiji, just between those two players. Isles, the record holder for the US, 211 tries. Baker, Zach Test, Madison Hughes and Danny Barrett behind him in the top 5. Fiji take this one as it's the final play in the first half of Cup semi-final number 2. The winner will face the Blitzbox of South Africa. Big step from Tembu. Need to help out there. Bakurunabili.
12, no, 12 first.
The captain goes across field. Fiji look to cut up the middle. Big bump and a low drive. The legs still pumping, and another penalty for the Flying Fijians.
Hey. Hey.
Still going at it.
Easy, boss. High tackle.
He's saying it hit his chest. It was a big contact.
Wasia Nathungu, the playmaker, turns it back into Bakurunabili, the big frame. Deft little offload. It's again magic from Fiji. They run him in from everywhere. Kamanieli Rasaku. That's very pretty indeed from Fiji.
It's just a relentless execution of excellence. These guys and their offloads. Bakurunabili, not just the first deception, but it's the subtle touch. Takes it, dummies it, and then the short line. It is so hard to defend against. You react instantly to these little movements, and their deftness is sublime.
two-time gold medalists, Fiji. They will go to the break here with a nice little lead in Cup semi-final, 19 points to 7. Fiji lead the United States. This is the stage. It is set for the second half. The US Eagles down by 19-7 against Fiji. The winner will face South Africa, who have been absolutely brilliant, particularly here in Dubai in the desert. Fiji, winners of the series in 2019. The same year USA finished second. And a big 7 minutes remain. 19-7. Fiji on the right to restart to the US Eagles. Big kick to Thomasine. It has this with Schrader and Martin Yosefo. Thomasine looks to regather. Kayvon Williams drifts across field, something he does so much, gives a bit of space for Logan Targo. Targo now sets off and finds Colin Isles. Here comes Isles. Oh, Colin Isles. Looking for the contact. He's absolutely pumped. Still going. It's the crazy legs of Colin Isles that has the US past the halfway line. Allow Nua to one of the mullets in this tournament. Joe Schrader lays it back. Kayvon Williams. Space on the outside. Logan Targo again. Targo, the man on debut. He'll look for the bump. Flings it back into Isles, who jumps so high. Gets rid of one hit on the ground. So the US have advantage here. Starting the second half very strongly.
Off feet.
Slightly silly play from Fiji there, not needed. The tackle was made, Isles has already been clattered. Colin Isles is looking pretty battered at this point.
Hey.
And this is a man who is 10.13 for his best. Run round people, Carlin, don't try and go through them.
6-1.
Goes for the big bump and almost takes off.
6-1 and 2.
Honestly, he just wanted that for his social media. He's got 1 million followers, why not?
Why not? Well, you see why he has. His training regimes, his commitment and effort is fantastic. Maybe he's training too much with these big lads. He's going to go and get patched up and repaired.
To wait, but we will organize.
Not a bad replacement to come on. Perry Baker.
Wait, hold on.
Ready to set sail.
He's a warrior. Here's Colin Isles. Father of two. He will go to the side.
And that change will also mean that Flaunier, the man thrown in, he has extended minutes. Normally minutes are limited in how long he plays.
Line up there with Matai Leuta on the field. He's another battering ram for the US Eagles. Lucas Lecamp as well on debut, fires it to Perry Baker. First touch for Baker. Baker with a little dummy.
He's here in front of me.
Thin legs of his still going strong. Yosefo, big step from Martin, gets the offload to Lucas Lecamp. The UCLA Bruin bashes him up. Lucas Lecamp on debut. That's an absolute stunner from the youngster.
Well, this guy's promise and potential is sky high. Mike Friday talking him up. Really interesting journey, Lechamp. Under 20s for Hong Kong. But he's got that footballing ability that Mike Friday really likes to see. And I tell you what, that's a good finish. There was a lot to do in front of him. A head collision in the middle again from Fiji. And whoever's watching this perhaps thinking that Rugby Sevens isn't overly physical, you're wrong, because that game has been brutal.
His first try ever for the USA Eagles, and he does it in style. Kick is over. Game back on in Cup semi-final number 2, 1914. Lucas Lecamp, in his third year at UCLA, played with Balmont Shaw and in the Giltinis Academy in MLR as well. Spotted the Rugby Town Sevens earlier this year by Coach Mike Friday. We take a look at one of the Fijian players, gets a big knock. It's Tembu.
Actually, like finger in the eye, I think. When he made the collision, both players almost collided, but his hand was near his face. I think that might well have been it. Make sure he's all right. Joe Morosier just checking up.
Please. What are we
involved in everything though, Ioane Temba.
Just a sub? Okay, sub.
So he will go to the side. More fresh legs for Fiji. That's Leuta. One of the stalwarts of the USA side that got them to second place in the series in 2019, the year in which Fiji won it.
Well, USA completely come back into this game second half, looking far more composed. They've rattled the Fijians a bit as well. The discipline has gone a little bit off the charts for Fiji. They need to be so composed when they get it.
Niwa puts it on a string yet again. Lecamp has it. Swallowed. Therefore, Yosefo. Huge charge from Martin Yosefo. Man from Hawaii. About to have their first child. Down to Schrader. Again, Niwa putting the phases together. Thomasine bursts onto this. Steve Thomasine. Down to the 22. It's the Eagles.
Advantage. Yeah, number 9.
Playing some inspired rugby with Perry Baker. Looking to go on the outside. Baker just run out of space.
9 white. Offside.
Well, Perry Baker thought he was going to go the long way round. Got the wheels. He's looking a little bit despondent. Needs to play a bit of music and get him doing the electric guitar again. What a personality Perry Baker is.
Yeah.
You just got a feeling there's still a bit of spark left in this game from the likes of Baker.
Number 9 white.
Fiji again giving penalties away. It is really killing their performance so far. Everything else so good, but discipline just not quite there yet.
9 white. This way, please. This way. Number 10. Number
Attacking
10
line
white.
for the US Eagles to come back in this game.
Ten white.
Here comes the veteran. Falau Niwa.
Please.
Debuted to Gold Coast in 2012.
Time on.
Rio and Tokyo Olympic Games, in which Fiji won. Schrader is used to the lifts of the cheerleader. Goes down. Takes possession for Leuta, who has a crack. Big Matai Leuta for the line! It's the US Eagles that strike again in the second half. Looking to stun Fiji and lock it up.
And crucially, so close to the post as well for the conversion to be a little bit easier. It has been route one for USA in this game. It's been slow, it's been slightly dogged at times, but my word, have they took it to the Fijians. You don't give them time to be trying to show off their flair and their touches because they've been battered by this USA Eagles team.
Well, whatever Magic Mike said to his Chargers at halftime has certainly worked, Mike Friday. 21 points to 19. They've scored 2 tries in the second period. And the US have a lead with 2 to go in the Cup semi-finals.
Flaneur still on this pitch. He's played more minutes in this tournament than he has in many that he's played in previously. The coaches, we're starting to make some changes. This is on a knife edge.
So Yasi Fuli, the coach from Fiji, looks on in back play. It's there for Yosefo, driven towards the touchline. Flag goes up. So Fiji will have this one.
It's changed from hands, so you can't play it. 2 players touch the ball, that's why you can't play it quickly.
The 2 players touching the ball, that's why it stopped.
Line out.
And for at least 4 minutes of this half, Fiji have not been out of their own territory, and still they remain in it. But you know that doesn't need much for them to get underneath the posts.
Nathungu does well to the top there. Tatholo was the receiver now in midfield for Fiji. Runners can break out from anywhere, as we love to see. They again attack the line. The Risaku now to the short side, looking to beat 1 or 2. Baker in with the tackle. It's high. So they tap and go. Again, it's Saturanga. Takes him on himself for Fiji.
Tackle only, play on.
Get on the field, and what happened there?
Oh, wise Nathungu. You could just tell
Time off.
something was being ramped up.
8 off, please.
The tempo was going Fiji's way, and that is a huge error. Goes to pass it, ball slips out. Looked like it went backwards and then came off his feet.
Was knock on the floor, so
But because he stopped, he looked guilty.
knock on, scrum blue.
Hey, Blueberry.
The man from Suva
On me. Closer to me. Closer to me.
is a farmer when he's not playing
Left of the
rugby.
mark. Left of the
Has
mark.
given possession to the US Eagles. The
Time
winner
on.
will play South Africa, the blitz box.
Crouch.
He took out Argentina
Square.
earlier.
Bind.
21-19. The Eagles,
Hey.
who
Both.
lost to Spain
Both.
and drew
I
a
want
game.
you
Only
to
won
take the
one
space
game on
and
day
not
one.
head against head.
Oh, they will
okay?
confess that
Thank
this
you.
is probably
Reset
one of the
now.
worst performances
Mine.
tournament-wide
Reset
they've had,
now.
but they're
Go.
about
Mine.
to stare down the barrel of a final here. They
Crouch.
have been so wily in this game,
Bind.
stopped Fiji playing,
Set.
Fiji champions here in 2013 and 2015. The US have never won here. Big tackle, ball spits free. Danger times for the US Eagles. While they have possession, they're under pressure inside the 22. Now it comes out to Lucas Lecamp, to Perry Baker. Baker cuts back in, beats one, beats two, still going, finds Lecamp on the outside. The youngster has the veteran in Newer. Big bump, the Eagles on the front foot now. Steve Thomasine has Layuta. And here it comes to Kayvon Williams. They're looking to take out the time off the clock here. Lecamp has a little gap. Lucas Lecamp. US must be careful not to give possession away as the siren sounds. Fiji have the penalty. We're not done yet. Here come the Flying Fijians down by 2. A try will do it. Flick over the top and get it. Perry Baker with a big tackle, but still, it's Fiji. No, it's USA. Wow. The US Eagles will go to the first Cup semi-final since Paris in 2019, and Perry Baker is the man.
Oh, they're absolutely pumped, and again, it's the posturing. Look at him. Sacked Perry Baker. They had no right to be heading towards the final based on the performance of this tournament, but my word, that is one way of pulling out a game.
Throw away the form book. 21-19, the US Eagles beat Fiji in the Cup semi-finals and go to the final against South Africa.